How are you, my friend? Just wanted to wish you a happy Friday and wanted to touch base with you and say hello to you and let you know I was thinking about you. And it's so wonderful to be able to connect in this way. And I thought I would answer a couple of rapid fire questions before dinner time where I am. And where are you, by the way? Where are you watching this right now? Happy Friday, everybody. And what's everyone going to do this weekend? Hi, Superbrain. What's everyone's plans this weekend? I hope you're safe. I hope you're feeling strong. And if you're not, sending you enough. I hope whatever's going on that you have enough right now. And from the Bay Area, Austin, Indianapolis, thanks for being here. We'll go to Colombia, amazing. Hello from Mexico, Indonesia, South Africa. Yes, I have been to all of these places. not of recent, as you know. How's everyone holding up? How are you holding up with everything going on in the world right now? How are you feeling? San Diego, England, India. By the way, Limitless will be in India. People ask, this book, it went wildfire and literally dozens of countries bought the rights, and so this book is being translated in all the languages. So expect to see that hopefully later this year, and obviously we will announce when we hear. That's outside of our control when they become available. But amazing. So it's been quite tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for all your great videos. Portland has a lot of energy right now. Sending you safety and love. And how do you define mental clarity in one word? I mean, I think a lot of people think about the word focus. Use it or lose it. Yes, you can get our shirts at shop.jimkwik.com. We donate part of the proceeds to children's charity and Alzheimer's research. But you can see I wear these shirts. I've been able to build a career based on like t-shirts and pointing to my brain. But why I'm always doing that is because what you see, you take care of. And you could see your clothes, you could see your skin, you could see your hair, you could see whatever you see more, it's in your consciousness, but we don't see our brain. And that's why I always wear shirts with brains, or I'm always pointing to my brain, because I want to remind you to take care of your brain because it takes care of everything else. And literally, imagine that when you hit 16, you got a car, or 18, or wherever it is in your country that you could drive, but any car you want, what car would you choose? But that's the car you had for the rest of your life. Can you imagine that? How well would you take care of that? Well, you are born with like one body, and part of that body is your brain. So take care of that. And so that's why I wear these shirts. To remind you to love your brain, to care for your brain, to exercise your brain, and focus. Follow one course until success. I love that. I always said focus was fixed, ongoing concentration until successful, but I love that. So what would your word for this weekend be? What would you like your one word be this weekend? So what is your one word here? My intent, to my friend Chris, myintent.org, who makes these amazing bracelets that you could put one word on it and remind you of what your intention is. It can be peace, it can be love, it can be listen, it can be limitless. What would be your one word? One word is avocado. Chilling, joyful. The Harvard study that I mentioned on London Real, it could be Howard Gardner's work on multiple intelligence theory. It could have been the reference for Ellen Langer, who did this longevity study, which is very interesting. She in 1979 was with seniors and said, this nursing home is not a great place to kind of spend the rest of your days. And she took 8 men in the senior center, and they put them in a monastery and decorated the monastery as if it was 20 years earlier. So instead of 1979, it was 1959. And took all the mirrors out so they couldn't see themselves. But put like Time magazine from 1959, black and white television programming from 1959. And before they put the men in, they would test their eyesight, their hearing, test their focus, their memory, their physical strength. And then sum it up, after 1 week of being in that environment, they retested them all, and they were physically stronger. They had better hearing, better sense of sight, and they had better focus and memory and cognitive abilities after just 1 week. It's amazing the power of belief and the power of imagination. It was called this study, and there have been multiple forms, called the counterclockwise study. Prosper, FYI, so many formulas, myself, coaching. What is the test that Trump took? Memory is really important. Speaking of that, I mean, obviously we train people to memorize, dozens and dozens of words, and we have lots of, videos, and people tag me in all of them that they memorized. The books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd. Like it's amazing what they do, or grocery list, or the periodic table, or anything. But it's absolutely possible. There's no such thing as a good or bad memory. There's a trained memory and an untrained memory. It's just we aren't taught how to remember things. It should have been the 4th R in school: reading, writing, arithmetic. Obviously, spelling is not one of them. But remembering. Socrates says learning is remembering. But it's not just facts, figures, and formulas. I lost my grandmother to Alzheimer's, and we donated proceeds to not only build schools. We're building a school right now via Pencils of Promise. I've raised almost $30,000 for this school. If you like to support it, get the book at limitlessbook.com. Also, jimkwik.com/pop. Even if $20 goes a long way for these children, jimkwik.com/pop, Pencils of Promise. I actually donated, my birthday is coming up next week, and I donated my birthday to them also as well. So if my work has impacted you, videos, podcasts, books, online programs in any way, and you feel like contributing, go to jimkwik.com/pop or limitlessbook.com. But the other proceeds not only go to education, but funding Alzheimer's research for women, because women are twice as likely to experience Alzheimer's than men. I don't know if you know that. I was surprised, because a lot of research has been done on male brains and male treatments, but not female brains. And I lost my grandmother to Alzheimer's. And speaking about memory, it's not just about memorizing foreign languages, facts, figures. It's about remembering. Like have any of you been experienced having a loved one experience dementia? It's a challenge, because they feel like they lose who they are. They're not who they are. That's how important your memory is to keep up. And one of the best ways to stave off, brain aging challenges is to keep your brain active. And but I think while it's good, you can improve your mental intelligence by remembering things. Because obviously, if you're forgetful, you couldn't perform. But also remembering 3 things: your life. If your life is worth living, it's worth remembering. Also, remember your loved ones. For any of us who have had, people that we love, who've lost them, remembering loved ones is so important, because that's kind of what makes life worth living, in a large part. And also remembering your lessons. Remembering the lessons that you had. A lot of people, they date the same kind of people because they forgot the lessons. I don't know if you can relate to this. Or they eat the same foods or junk food, which is not even two different. It's not one thing. There's no such thing as junk food. There's junk and then there's food. But they'll eat the same processed meal and they'll feel crappy afterwards, and then but they didn't remember how they felt that other time. Or they make the same bad investment choices, or they same kind of challenges because they don't remember the lessons. I believe that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But I think maybe it's just a poor memory. And so you could absolutely learn how to improve your memory, and memory is so much more than just remembering, again, facts, figures, formulas. It's about remembering your life and the things that are important to you. But if you want more information about the female brain, just search Jim Kwik Female Brain. We've done 3 podcast episodes on it where I spoke, including with Dr. Lisa Mosconi, Lisa Vitti, these experts, Dr. Stephanie Estima, way more qualified in the area of female brains than myself, and talking about why this could be so. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. You're very, very flattered. So podcast episodes come out every Monday, and the best way of finding it is just link in my bio. That's links to our YouTube channel, to our Spotify, to Pandora, to iTunes. We have over 3,500 five-star reviews, so that means everything. And thank you also for the 800 reviews on Limitless. That's the biggest compliment, honestly, to our work, is you sharing your stories and experiences, because your story would relate to somebody that maybe we can't impact, and that's really my goal. Growing up with learning challenges, brain health issues, I just want to build better, brighter brains, and so you can have a better, brighter future, and that's our goal. No brain left behind, and anything. So when you support us, we're supporting those, and so that's our goal. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. You're very sweet. One more year around the sun. We have big things coming for you. So I'm really excited. With as this book last weekend was the number 2 book, nonfiction book on all of Amazon. Number 2 after 3.5 months of being out. If you saw my Instagram screenshot of it. And it's just a book about giving people their power back. It's a book that you gift your children to remind them that there's hope and there's real help. It's a book about how to manage your minds in times of crisis, how to regain your focus and your productivity when you're working from home, how to support your children when they're not in school. So yeah, it was right after the Trump book from Trump's News. But number 2 nonfiction book last weekend, and so that's all of you. So I want to thank you for making that possible, and know that when you did that, part of the proceeds are going towards education, to brains research, and everything else. You've changed my life. Thank you. It means everything. So I just wanted to check in with you. I'm going to be doing this a lot more, and especially now. I think we all need somebody to encourage us, to challenge us, to cheerlead for us, especially now. And if you haven't found that person yet, remember to be that person for somebody else. And remember also to be that person for yourself, because part of self-care is self-love. Falling in love with that person in the mirror who's been through so much but is still standing. You're just a reminder of that. And part of self-care also is remembering that when you say yes to somebody or something, you're not saying no to yourself, right? And just a reminder for anyone that needs to hear it, that you can take time to relax, that you don't have to fix everything that in the world that's broken, that you have to take care of yourself and put your oxygen mask on before, in order to be able to help and support other people. And so if that's useful for you, I hope it is. That's it. I have to drop off right now, but I'm glad that you're in my life. I would also recommend, if you haven't, we have some big things coming up next week to celebrate my birthday, new content that I've never taught before. If you want to make sure you see it, because Instagram is very weird with their algorithms, make sure you go to my profile after this and take literally 10 seconds, turn on notifications so you see these posts, and because that makes a difference, because whatever you engage with the most, they're going to show you more of, and I'm going to be much more active on this, and we've created some really amazing new content for you, based around how to redraw the borders and boundaries of your life by upgrading the most important technology that runs everything, which is our mind. So if you knew how powerful your mind is, well, I think you will over the next few weeks when we release this content. So I want to thank you again for connecting here, for spending some of your time, because time is what your life is made out of, and I never take that for granted. And so remember this: you don't have to wait to have a great life to be grateful. Be grateful, and you'll have a great life. And I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much, and I wish your weekend be full of lots of life, lots of love, lots of laughter, and always lots of learning. Take care, everybody.